because
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. I think we should. Yeah, I think we should probably explain. It's actually it's going to sound really arrogant. Actually, I didn't mean to actually think about it. It's like, we played Monster Hunter the longest, so we're not really have like more of an opinion, quotes, and such. But the fact is, this is the reason why I've got you in anyway.
How the community has grown and changed.
Exactly. That is literally what I was about to say. Like I said, we've seen it literally from the ground up. You've actually played the game before me, so you literally started from the beginning, and I started later on. Actually, you started on the PS2, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't play any of it online. I only did it took me years to complete the first Monster Hunter because I used to find it really difficult. I got stuck on the quest where you had to kill a Rathalos and a Rathian together. I think I completed it with like 10 seconds left. It was like
yeah.
It was very asked at school. I was like, oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. It used to make me cry because I couldn't do it. I found it too difficult.
It's a scary game. Like the hitboxes were ridiculous. The game was difficult and it was just hard.
The first egg quest you do,
oh my god,
you're not told about any Rathalos or anything. And I remember walking out of the cave in the Forest and Hills, and I remember hearing this roar, and I shat my pants. It's like, oh my god, I was so scared. And because egg quests are horrible in the old games, you had to try and kill everything, but then they'd all respawn back again.
Do you remember the Velociprey and the little Raptor's jump range? They could jump across half the map and hit you. It was stupid.
And I remember a mission, I think you had to get like a powder stone or something in the volcano zone, and I remember a bullfango hitting me right at the last minute before I got out the level.
I nearly snapped my PSP when that happened. I was like, when you can when I was like bending my PSP. But this is exactly the reason with the Monster. Like, we've played it since the beginning. And so we've seen the community adapt and grow, and we've seen the game become what it is now. And like I said, that's why I wanted you in, because you've played it longer. I mean, I was actually getting some other people in there. It's just because of time zones. Time zones are a really annoying thing. I hate time zones. I wish it didn't exist, because otherwise there'll be a lot of us talking, like you, me, Apex, Virtue.
Well, when I did that stream the other day, I did a Monster Hunter stream with really Pointy.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool, actually. But
and that was. So, of course, it had to work in with my time zones as well, because obviously it was a 24-hour stream for them.
I wish time zones.
And I had a slot between 12 and 4, and I sort of did it from about 12 until 3. Played some Monster Hunter 4. It was so funny because we did like at level 140 Apex Devil Joes and got absolutely just destroyed.
Oh my god! Oh yeah,
it was such fun. With the other guys as well. It was really stupid. That's why Monster Hunter's nice, we're not trying to do it just to be like MLG Pro.
It's for the hunt. That's end of the day. You and me, right? We can both agree, right? We're not speedrunners or professional hunters. But we do dabble in like just enjoying the game for what it is, doing the hunting, having fun, getting gear, and just having a laugh. That's what Monster Hunter's about. It's about the hunt and the game. And yeah, that's the exactly reason I wanted you in there, because like I said, we have a mutual agreement. We can bounce off each other, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Because I was asked a question actually before I even thought about doing the video. How long have you been playing Monster Hunter for? And it's like, oh, I've been playing since like the PSP days. I go, oh, really? It's like, oh yeah, I've been playing Monster Hunter for a very long time. I still don't know the Monster Hunters. I still don't know the Monster Hunters names.
I didn't start properly getting into it probably as much as I did until 3U, because I got 3U and I really disliked 3U. It was the first Monster Hunter game I got frustrated with, because it was a complete. I jumped straight pretty much from playing I played Freedom Unite, but I played that on my iPad.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
As far as up to Shen Goran, I think, and I couldn't do any further than that.
Shen Goran, what an icon!
I got kind of stuck, and then I went to 3 Ultimate. And I remember it was completely different with like the hub, and the story mode was really different. And I got lost. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And I was really upset because I was like, I love Monster Hunter. It's the first game I'm getting really frustrated at.
Yeah, no, I think that's the thing I like about Monster Hunter. Like, it's a wall that you're going to learn and adapt, and you feel so good for getting past that wall. Like, my first wall was Rathalos with the egg quest, like you're saying. I literally, like you said, I crapped myself when I first saw Rathalos. I was like, what the hell is this? He's so
That's
big.
why he's one of my favourite monsters. Like,
Exactly.
Just kind of nostalgia, I guess.
It's
really.
great. We're rambling on a little bit. I think we should push on. I think we should. I knew this was going to happen, so we're just rambling on about Monster Hunters.
That's what happened. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm exactly in the same position here. Well, like I said, I think we should straight away just talk about kind of the understanding really with why. I can see why people are a little bit annoyed why we didn't get double cross westernized. Thing is though, they didn't say no, it's never happening, and they said literally not yet. So it's still a 50.
It's kind of left it at, well, we've got no plans to do it yet, but then you've got to remember that their kind of core focus is the next generation of Monster Hunter, which for them, they've obviously always wanted to do it for a long time. They said, we've always wanted to do this stuff on new hardware and try out new things, and that's why Monster Hunter World is going to be, sort of officially Monster Hunter 5. Whereas kind of Generations and Double Cross, it wasn't like a spin-off, it's still main series, but stuff like the styles, I think, was just kind of them experimenting. It's not going to be coming back in that sense. No,
I see. I can see why people are annoyed because, you and me, we grinded so much. I played a lot of Generations because I was thinking, oh, here's Dumb's Double Cross. I'm gonna get this Deviant leveled up. I'm gonna get this weapon upgraded fully. I'm gonna get this Deviant armor leveled up. I'm gonna get all these items. When I got that sword, I've actually somehow put in 400 hours into the game. It's like, okay, brilliant. I can now transfer my data. And when I heard about oh yeah, we're not gonna get it at all, and it's like, that sucks. But then I heard oh, we might be getting it. And it's like. It's like I said, repeating myself. They didn't say it's never coming over here. It's a maybe, but like I said, as you just literally said, the core focus now world. But then I can see why people are annoyed as well because the fact is that they love monsters so much, but they are. You don't understand people's financial state in a way. Like they have a 3DS and now their favorite games now coming onto the bigger thing like PC, Xbox, and PS4. And again, I can understand why people are a little bit frustrated about that because they'll need to spend a lot of money to purchase their favorite franchise. You know what I mean?
Again, it's like that. It's like that jump from when Monster Hunter was on Sony consoles anyway.
But yeah, exactly.
Maybe started with 3U, probably didn't know about, but Monster Hunter was. It started life on the PS2. I mean, not over in the West, but over in Japan, they've had games coming out on the Xbox 360 as well for Monster Hunter, just kind of randomly.
Monster Hunter Frontier, the online version. I've seen plenty of ones.
And now it's it jumped to Nintendo, which probably really annoyed loads of people who had PSPs. They're like, oh no, why is it going over to Nintendo? And then it's been on Nintendo for all this time, and now it's kind of moving back again. I think it's. I said I'm really excited for World.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Obviously Monster Hunter started on a proper big home console, but the one thing that's always kind of confused me is that I would have thought that the Switch was the perfect console to have Monster Hunter on because you can play it at home and then you can take it out and you can go to your friend's house, you can go out somewhere because Monster Hunter is so social.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's part of that whole thing of being able to have that local play with friends, which you can't do on a home console like a PS4 or an Xbox One. You're just stuck in your house.
It's a different experience. My best times playing Monster Hunter. Yes, I loved 4U, and I love playing Frontier, and I love playing online. But my best moments was me and my buddies one summer evening, just playing Monster Hunter for hours and on end, just talking, and just around it. It was the best time, I think. There's all four of us playing. It was so much fun. They're the best times of Monster Hunter, but things have to move on, sadly. I don't have time, sadly, to meet up with my friends now. I mean, other people, yes, fair enough. I'm putting time to really I'm old-fashioned or something. I decided I don't have the time now to just, meet up with my friends every other night and play. Even though I'd love to, I can't sadly do it. But the fact is now, the power of the internet and the consoles and stuff, we now have the option to now, for you and me, we wouldn't have ever met just over a table. Sadly, I've met so many great content creators and subscribers and just play Monster Hunter with. That's with Monster Hunter. That's just how it is. But I can see what you mean. The social life, but the Switch is a perfect thing. Like I said, you can play it at home, but you get the option to then take it out with you, and that's great. But So I'm kind of like with Capcom about that, but maybe in the future they'll bring out another one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Switch, because the Switch has actually done very well in sales. Actually, the Wii U was quite bad, but the Switch has done apparently surprisingly well.
It's pretty much impossible to actually find a Switch anywhere. It's still like pretty much sold out everywhere. I mean, the prime reason I got one was just purely because, well, I thought
everyone was going to get it on you.
I just like the option of being able to play it on my TV if I want to. And actually, to be honest, I play it primarily as a handheld. Just because graphically it looks really nice as a handheld.
But when I had it on the Wii U, I'm not gonna lie, I played it more on the handheld than on the TV. When I was recording videos, I had it on the TV, of course, because the sound and all that sort of blah 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 blah. But when I had a chance to chill out, my wife was like watching TV. I was sitting next to her, just playing on my tablet, and it looked so good. But this is why Monster Hunter is such a beautiful game. It really is a beautiful game. When Capcom really put it down to it, Monster Hunter looks beautiful. Like 3U was like a massive eye opener for me.
I downloaded that Japanese Monster Hunter Double Cross demo straight away, and to be honest, the first thing I did honestly was just play it as a handheld anyway. And then I was like, oh, I really want to see it on the TV, because I've not seen Monster Hunter on the TV since being able to play it on my PS2, and it was so cool. Like with just a huge TV and the sound, and graphically it looks really, really nice and sharp and crisp and everything. And it was great fun, and it was nice actually having a controller, instead of, obviously, because with a 3DS you are literally just kind of holding the console itself. You don't have like a proprietary controller necessarily.
Exactly, yeah.
It was great fun. But I mean, to be honest, I've not played Monster Hunter online until I got 4 Ultimate. All of my time, 3U, Freedom Unite, and the original PS2 was all played solo.
Yeah,
and then I played tons. I've played so much 4 Ultimate, and I've made loads of really good friends, like all around the country. I've got friends in America and all sorts. So I used to play 4 Ultimate with, like, for hours. Oh, yeah. It's such good fun. 4 Ultimate, definitely.
No, definitely. I mean, 4U is in my opinion so far is the best Monster Hunter. But to wait and see what happens with Worlds or something. I've got high hopes for Worlds, but yeah.
It looks like it's going to be really good. I think people were I was very skeptical. The first trailer I saw, I was really worried. I thought, oh no, is this looking like normal Monster Hunter, or does this look a bit too different? But then as soon as you saw like the gameplay of the weapons and everything else, I thought, oh no, actually, yeah, this is Monster Hunter. It just looks better. And obviously they're going to want to put new mechanics in it, like, environmental things, and make it a bit more natural, and having monsters fighting. I think that's really cool. Like, I think that's amazing. It's going to be, I think it's going to be it's going to be different to play. I mean, that's the one thing I love about Monster Hunter. When you go in it, you load up your quest, you go and fight a new monster for the first time. You've no idea how it fights. And I love being able to learn, new moves and new controls. And I think with Monster Hunter World, with all these new elements, it's going to be really exciting to learn it all and learn how everything works. I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. I
can't wait. Like, yeah, I was on the same boat as you. When I first watched it, I was like, oh my god, it looks really good. But I was like, everyone's like, oh, hold up. Like, let's see what the game's actually like first. Like, we have no idea. It's just literally a gameplay trailer. It's not showing anything else. But of course, when I actually watched the Japanese...
That's about what they've shown, haven't they, really?
I've watched the Japanese live stream. I was there watching it. I think it was like 90,000 people watching at the time. I did see a few faces there, which is quite cool. Like Eric's, Kogath, and stuff like that. It was really cool, and it blew my mind. I was like, "What?"
You saw the hammer.
The hammer! Down the hill. Oh my god, the hammer! I literally fangirled when I watched that move, when it slid down the side of the mountain, jumped and flipped and span. Oh my god! That
was really cool. I was like, this looks like the Monster Hunter we know, maybe not as flashy as like Generations or anything like that, but the actual core gameplay looks pretty much exactly the same, which is what everyone was so worried about. Oh, it's got too easy. Oh, it's going to be too westernized.
Oh, don't start on that. All right, it's too westernized coming from the Western audience.
It's just designed for the West.
Oh, it just annoyed me, man. But no, The thing is, right, Monster Hunter, that's why they have the loading zones. The loading zones are there. Oh, it's there for you to like recuperate and like gather for your fight. But actually, the whole reason why that is, the consoles wasn't strong enough to handle a massive living universe. But now they have the technology to do that. It looks amazing. I've always thought that was a bit weird, actually. Like, you're on low health and the monster's chasing, you go for the zone, and then you're fine. But what I was thinking, what about the situation?
The thing is, as well, like you say about like the technology and the consoles, because Monster Hunter World, you know, that's part of the reason they called it World, because they want to say it's an open world. That's why they've had to change some of the gameplay mechanics. So, like, for example, being able to, you know, have the kind of cape or kind of ghillie suit thing, being able to hide from monsters, because now you can't go out of the zone. And like with the animations for like drinking potions, like I'm not gonna lie, my kind of inner kind of nostalgia was like, oh, I love the flexing animation when you drink a potion. As absolutely stupid as it is, I can totally understand why, if it's open world, you're not going to want to do that when you've got some massive Anjanath coming at you, you know, and you can't do anything, and you're there just kind of flexing, looking at your muscles. You kind of need to be able to do it on the move, because you can't just go into another zone now. No,
exactly. And the world looks the world looks beautiful. And I was like, when I first saw the fact that you can eat and drink potions while moving, I was like, what? And then it like, so I said it clicked. It's like, hang on, it's a massive world. There's so much to do. Like, you can hide, you can go up high places, but the fact is, you don't want to be standing in one place while the monster's trying to chew your face off. I mean, the previous one, yeah, I can understand why they did that, because, you know, you can go out of zones and heal that if you need to as well. But it looks so much fun to play. Like, it's fast paced. It's very fast paced now. I'm liking the new slingshot thing, but like I said, the massive new living world system, like, I don't understand why people are not excited about this game. Like I said, there's an ecosystem. The paintballs, I'm assuming the paintball's not in the game anymore, so you have to literally
I don't think so. I think that's been replaced with obviously the little glowy flies that you can kind of collect, which kind of makes sense, because actually trying to track the monster down, yeah, it does kind of make sense, you know, for an open world to have something like that. Exactly.
And I wish, though, in my opinion, though, I hope they actually had this in this feature. The monster's not going to be in the same place every time. Like, every quest.
Oh, I'm sure it wouldn't, because that would be pretty stupid.
Then it would define the whole point of like the flies. I mean, it probably really will piss off speedrunners. Don't get me wrong. It's like, he's going to be in area 9 at this time, because there's no. Well, it kind of is sort of like areas, like numbers and stuff.
Yeah, if you look at the map, it is kind of sectioned off, isn't it? I think like kind of the overlay is kind of sectioned off into these areas. Yeah. So if you were with other people and you were like chatting, you could say, oh, he's kind of like in this area, but it's obviously not got a loading zone in it or anything.
No, exactly.
I mean, I love the whole idea that you can kind of break up, like you can break parts of the map. Like in the gameplay, you saw that the guy, you know, broke all the rocks, got the water to come down,
oh my god, yeah,
wash like the Anjanath and the Rathalos or whatever away. The only thing that worries me about that is, what if you can do that like every single hunt, someone just goes and lures the monster up there, and you do that every single time.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a bit weird. But the fact is, I know monsters can do that, but like,
samey, unless it's only at certain times, or I don't know how they'll work it. It'd be interesting to see.
It's kind of like like, it might be like, maybe one time you could make it destructive, another time you probably couldn't. You know what I mean? But no, I agree with that. With the whole thing, is like, you don't want to have the same height. It's like, okay, we're gonna have this tactic. We're gonna get this monster. We're gonna aggro him to the Rathalos. We're gonna aggro him.
We're gonna go straight up to the waterfall. We're gonna get the waterfall. We're gonna do that every time.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm mainly worried about. It's one of them things apparently where we have to play it to see it. But I know a lot of people in the comments are going, "This is how it's done. I've read up everything about Monster Hunter World. If this happened, blah, blah, blah." I mean, I'm kind of I'm being a turtle at the minute. I don't want to see so much. I'm not one of them persons to like spoil everything for myself. I want to see. I don't like spoiling things for myself. I think you can understand. Like, you know, when I go in the game, I want it to be a fresh experience.
I didn't watch anything to do with Double Cross. Because I was in the mind of Double Cross coming over here, so I didn't watch anything to do with it.
Yep. Same,
I kind of just kept away from it, apart from knowing a couple of the monsters and listening to some of the music, and it's kind of the same with World, really. All I want to see is, I just want to see I don't care if they make tons of new monsters. That's cool. I mean, like 3 Ultimate had loads of new monsters in it.
Yep.
I'd love to see some new monsters, but I would love to see some returning monsters and just look at what they look like. I'm really, really interested in seeing what they look like in World. Just like a couple, even if it's just a couple of returning monsters, because obviously we've got Rathalos, so you can probably bet that Rathian's going to be there as well. But
personally, I think
and obviously like with the armors as well, looking at the armors and what armors were their environments, because they're obviously going to have some different areas like snowy area and stuff like that.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the new areas. Of course, my favorite area is usually the volcano area, because that's the best place to get the best rich minerals for like dragonite ore and carbonite ore, that sort of places. So
I'm just so excited to see what they actually look like.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
next gen hardware and yeah, I am super excited about that.
I mean, could you actually fall in the lava now?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, because before, like, with water and stuff, and monsters, like, you just die instantly.
It's instant karting when you just touch the lava.
Or it's just like an insane amount of burn damage or something. But what we're talking about now, though, right? Monster Hunter, it's make people really angry me saying this. Monster Hunter needed this change. They need this change because we've played it since the beginning. It's always fun and all that sort of, but the game... People swear that the best Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and I can agree with that. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite was a really good game, but it was clunky. It's clunky, it was slow. The monsters' hitboxes were ridiculous. It wasn't very welcoming to new players, and that's what I'm getting kind of mad about. I've seen videos on YouTube saying, "Oh, this game's not for casuals," and it's like, no, you want to bring in the audience, bring in new people to experience this amazing game. Don't say it's not for it's not for casuals and for noobs. This ain't some MLG League of Legends rubbish. It's not a professional esports game. It's Monster Hunter. That's what it is. It's not.
I find it really funny because if you look at the difference between 3 Ultimate and then when we got Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was really different. If you think of all the Monster Hunter games before that were completely flat levels with very slow climbing, very slow weapon movements, and then 4 Ultimate came along and was completely different. I mean, if you look at the sort of reveal trailer for 4 Ultimate, the reveal trailer is rubbish. It does a pretty rubbish job, I think, of showing what the game's going to be like. And there was loads of hate, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's so different," and people didn't like it. And then you look at what 4 Ultimate is like now, and loads of people really enjoy it. And the new mechanics they brought into 4 Ultimate, being able to move quick, actually completely changing the landscape of the game by having hills and bumps and mounds. You can jump over them, you can ride the monsters now. That was completely new and fresh, and it felt absolutely incredible. And I think I think with World, I think having something, it's not completely different, but there are going to be different things about it. I would agree. I'd say it's a good thing. And 4 Ultimate and Generations were quite, I guess, kind of similar. Obviously, Generations had styles or hunter arts and prowlers and stuff like that. So they tried something new there. Good to see Monster Hunter World, do something else new as well and bring some new things now that they can do it. And that's what Capcom said, isn't it? They've said, we've wanted to do this stuff for a long time. Now we actually... can do it because we've got the hardware to do it. So they want to try some new things.
Exactly. They can do so much. They can create this massive world. Everything's moving in it. There's monsters hunting each other. There's different biomes in that sort of area, like swampy little landscapes and massive plains in these same zones. And you can hunt down the monsters, different kinds of monsters, like 3 or 4 big monsters in one area. That sounds amazing. And then once to see each other, there's the whole sort of like hierarchy, like the alpha in that area.
Like what the original should have been, doesn't it?
It's just
when you think about it.
It sounds so good. What used to really annoy me, right, when you go into a hunt, it didn't annoy me because it was normal monster, but actually it's making sense. You see these cinematic trailers of the Brachy and the Acantor and the Gravios killing each other, and then you have like the Brachy.
I want that in game,
And it's like, it makes sense because at the end of the day, right, thinking about it, they're not just, they are, wyverns and dragons, but at the end of the day, right, they're animals. There's they have territory, and if you read the descriptions of the monsters, there's territories, and they fight each other and they kill each other. But when you play Monster Hunter, they team up. They kind of tag team, and they go, yeah, let's get this hunter. But it doesn't make sense because
the cinematic showing the ecology of the monsters interacting with each other, and people have to admit, there is nothing cooler than seeing two monsters you really like in the same area, just kind of duking it out. Like you had, what was it? I think Azure, Rathalos, and Seregius.
Oh my god, that was such a cool scene. The hunter's like going, "What's going on?" While the Seregius and Rathalos are killing each other.
That's so cool. See that, you know, and it kind of changed the tide of battle in that sort of sense. That's really cool. That seems like it would fit, because these monsters all exist in the same world. Why do we never see them interacting within that world together?
Exactly. A lot of the time that is tag team. It's like, oh, get the poop grenade and throw poop and stuff. But you know when you had the Anjanath beat the Great Jaguaress, and then you have the Rathalos beat the Anjanath. I'm hoping in World Right, there's actually like a 50-50 chance. Like, there's these two monsters, they're very, very same. So you don't know who's going to win the fight. You know what I mean? They're going to wrestle each other, and then one will run away, but the next time the other guy will run away. I don't want to be one of them things where, like, the Rathalos is always going to beat the Anjanath, and you got the Anjanath that always beat the Great Jaguaress.
I'm hoping that kind of changes up.
Depending on the monsters. Like, 50-50, like, this monster might beat this one the other way around. You know what I mean? Like they roll of the dice, basically. I'm hoping that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they did start to do very small things like that. If you think about it, in like the very first Monster Hunter, I remember when you hunted like a big monster like Rathalos, and you had all the Velociprey around you, everything would gang up on you. Yeah. And people who haven't played that game won't know. But seriously, in the first game, when you hunted a big monster, all the little monsters would all come in, and you'd get absolutely crushed by everything, and you'd get spammed, and it was horrible.
There was nothing more annoying.
And then in the later games, all the little monsters kind of stay out the way, which kind of makes sense, because they wouldn't want to mess with the, you know, Devil Joe or something. Obviously it made it easy for you, but that was really stupid in the first couple of games, where everything just kind of killed you, tried to kill you straight away. There was, you know, why don't they go for each other?
Exactly. Like I used to hate that in the previous one. It's like, because in the previous one I didn't use hammer, because hammer's best weapon. I mainly used greatsword. I mainly used greatsword back in the day, so it was nothing more annoying than, because actually there was no charge. There was no 3-level charge in the previous Monster Hunter. So yeah. You're welcome, Monster Hunter. Me and Abby went for the hardships of Monster Hunter. No charge attacks, you know, no long sword.
No insect glaive. It was a horrible place.
No charge blade. But there's nothing more annoying that you're getting this combo off where you're about to hit a monster when they're sleeping, and you get a Velociprey just bounce on your head. And it's like, oh, for God's sake. But I used to love that. Yeah, like, you see them from the side. I was like, yeah, we'll fight you later. You continue. Yeah. You have your fun, but what I like about it, if you go near them, then they start attacking you. It's like, oi! But no, I like that. But that's what I'm looking forward to about it in Wells. But what's really annoying me is that the fact is, like, I thought the hate started dying down. Like, they're showing out all this sort of really cool content with showing off the new weapons, the areas, the biomes, the monsters, and they show these really cool things, and people are still angry about it. I don't understand. Like, but the fact is, Monster Hunter World is getting a lot of attention now. It really is. It's I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like all over the internet, and it's definitely been spread more than any other Monster Hunter I've seen has been. I'm sure because it's coming on obviously PS4 and stuff like that. And I've seen loads of articles and loads of videos. Loads of people who I've not seen doing Monster Hunter content before have suddenly started kind of looking into World as well.
All the big YouTubers, man. I'm gonna get overshadowed, man. I'm gonna get like pushed aside. It's like, oh. But anyway, like I said, it's just one of them things. Like, I thought the hate was stopping, but it's either worse at some places or it's just bad. Like, for instance, Wolfie actually sent me a video. I think it was Arex Gaming. You know, the sexy, bold, beard guy. And all he did was he posted a video of Monster Hunter Double Cross on the Switch, and the amount of hate in the comments was stupid. It was really dumb. Like, it was complaining about what? It was complaining about the graphics, and it was complaining about, like, oh, we're not getting it anyway, so who cares, or anything. Oh, there's no point. Wild looks better. It's like, stop. Just stop. It's so It's not needed. It really isn't. I don't know. It makes me so mad about the whole thing, because at the end of the day, Monster Hunter community, we shouldn't really be fighting each other. I mean, I know when a game gets popular, you get a big audience, and you get the two types of audience, if you know what I mean. You get kind of like the original guys, and then you have like the new guys who doesn't. I don't know. I'm getting a bit annoyed really thinking about it. What do you think anyway?
I'm gonna try and calm you down now.
I'm just like, the fact is, like, I think the reason I'm annoyed, I'm thinking about, because the fact is, when World got announced, I got really mad because people started attacking the community managers. It's like, that's their job, just to promote it. They've not made the game. When, like, for instance, people got really mad about the damage numbers. So, would we be able to turn it off? Because I don't know. And they had a massive outrage and just like screaming over Twitter and stuff. And it's like, what the hell? These guys are just doing their job. They're the messenger. There's a saying, don't shoot the messenger. They're just passing it on. It's their job. Like, both of us, we've talked to a lot of the community managers. They are lovely people. They really are, from like, England, America.
They are lovely.
And they don't need that. They don't. I
remember it was when there was a thing about the fact that there are now damage numbers that appear. Socks, bless him, got so much hate on Twitter with people saying, "Oh my god, there better be a way to turn those off. Oh my god, can we turn them off? Oh my god, why have you done this? It's horrible.
Capcom,
why have you done it?"
Betrayed Nintendo.
And if you actually watch the gameplay video, the numbers are so tiny.
Yep.
It's number one, it's really not that noticeable, and number two, I'm sure there probably will be a way to turn them off. It's not that big of a deal.
There is actually a way to turn it off.
Isn't it?
I mean,
and no one likes change. When you're used to something for a long time, like with 3 Ultimate, or I know that introduced like obviously underwater combat and stuff. When people like something, whenever it's different, they instantly won't like it. And then actually, I said 4 Ultimate turned out to be really good. And then the Hunter styles came along, and people were like, "Oh, Hunter arts and styles are going to make it too easy." And then actually, people really enjoyed using those. And now that they've gone, people are like, "Oh, they got rid of them now." it's like one thing after another, isn't it?
It's like people get it and they like it, and they're, "Oh, we don't like change." They're acting like really like senior people at the minute. Like, back in my day, Monster Hunter was this, and now it's all like, you can flip around the place and stuff. But I've talked to I've talked to a lot of Monster Hunter communities, creators like you, me. I've seen Gaijin Hunter, Arex Gaming, Monarch of Dragon. Oh god, there's so many people. There's so many Monster Hunter content creators. Not one Monster Hunter content creator is upset about World. Not one. It's not because, it's for the clicks. No, it's because they've played Monster Hunter for a long time. Maybe near the beginning or maybe in Trial 3. But the fact is, they know this is the game we've always wanted. What I've wanted anyway, Monster Hunter, in my opinion, personally. It looks so good. And the fact is,
open to it. I'm open to, I said I was really skeptical about the game at first.
Oh, yeah.
I'm open to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing, I'm looking forward to seeing what is different. As much as I love For You and Generations and stuff like that, I love Monster Hunter. I'm going to support it wherever it goes. I've said that before. I'm just excited to see what they do with the game. To be honest, that's where I stand. I'm not having a go about the game. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. I'm pretty open-minded about it. I just want to see what it becomes. Really, I'm going to support it either way.
I want to get my hands on it. That's all I want to do. I want to get my hands on it and play it myself. Play it for for a day or two. Real time, by the way. Like there's a 48-hour play. But no, I'm really looking forward to the game. Like I said, I've got high hopes for it. But of course, it's a new game. New things are going to happen. But it's a new game, guys. Just I can see Capcom looks like they've put a lot of love into it. And Wolfie told me as well. The fact is, it's not just some new team, like some new team that just scraped off the road. It's, oh yeah, you guys can make the new Monster Hunter. You can make it westernized. It's the guys behind For You who are making.
Yeah, it's the main team, the main core Monster Hunter team.
Exactly.
Who is doing World. It's it's the core team. They've said it is the next generation of Monster Hunter. It's what they wanted to do, and at the core of it, it's going to be the Monster Hunter that we know. But obviously, they're going to want to do some new things because it's the next generation, just like with 3U to 4U and 4U to Generations. They want to change it up a little bit. but it's still going to be the Monster Hunter that we know, and we've seen that from the gameplay.
Exactly. Even the weapons, what we've seen in them, the weapons seem very familiar, but the combos are very the same, but they have new things to it. Like, you can do different combos on the environment and stuff like that. I thought that looks amazing. Like with the whole hammer flipping thing and sort of thing. You probably can work together. You can use the environment to distract the monsters. The monsters can even use it on you because apparently you take damage from it as well. So you can't just shoot that and get a rot land on you. Yeah, I'm fine. Just shrug that off. It's going to seem one of them situations where you're going to get the same hunt. You're never going to get the same hunt, because that's the thing I never liked about Monster Hunter sometimes, where you get the same, you literally want to grind a monster and it's the same hunt over and over and over and over
It was always fun whenever it was an unstable environment and you just get another random monster popping up.
Exactly.
Just randomly popping out the ground. The Devil Joe just crawls out the ground as it does.
Yeah, it's like, what's up, guys? And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. The Devil Joe, I think, is definitely one of the best monsters. What I'm thinking about World is, right, what's going to happen, in my opinion. They're going to I was actually going to add this, but I forgot to mention it, actually. I reckon they will add in the popular monsters, in my opinion. So, Rathalos, Raytheon, Devil Joe, Zenoga, Naga Cougar. Just like the big flagships, basically, in my opinion. I think they'll add them. And then, of course, they'll add in...
again, from the armors... I thought there was an armor that almost looked like Shogun Cyanator. It was like a blue, very kind of pointy armor that did kind of look like that. I could be completely wrong, but sort of looked like that to me.
Yeah, no, I know it does look like that. I look pointed. Was it one with the dual blades? I'm guessing, wasn't it? I'm guessing the one with the dual blades because that was kind of pointy.
There was a new one that had a mask, but there was another blue armor as well. Which looked very similar to the Shogun Cyanator armor in the older games. But yeah, there were two blue armors.
Yes, and of course you got the original Rathalos, man.
Too. Oh yeah, original.
Oh my god,
it's got to be the proper original armor.
I got so happy about
Rathian
that.
armor as well. I've always liked the female Rathian armor with the big scales, the big plates on the bottom. I always loved the look of that.
Oh my god, yes, it's one of my favorite female looking armor set because it's
armor. I mean, that was it right in the very first game as well.
Yeah, the big.
My character always used to use that armor.
Yeah, it's pretty much a good beginning armor because it gave you health, and it gave you health, it gave you recovery in health and stamina, I believe. It was very good. I really like the Raytheon armor and some of the cosplayers, man. I mean, this is why I love the community so much. I love the monster community. This is why I don't like people ripping each other to pieces about this new game. Like, you have amazing content creators like yourself, Gaijin Hunter. I said his name. I probably just butchered his name then. Gaijin Hunter, sorry.
Comment below if you hate the way that Rob said his name.
Kogath, Apex Gaming. There's so many great people in this community, and it's not even just content creators. The guys do the artwork. Some people do some amazing art. I've got some subscribers on my Discord who just make beautiful art of Monster Hunter, and then you have the cosplayers who make these amazing armor sets as well. Then you have people like yourself.
I wish I could do stuff like that.
You have people like yourself with the music. You literally just take the game, the music, and then okay, let's make it into either a metal music, like what's his name? Oh, he begins with an F. I feel really bad now. You did something with him. He does metal Monster Hunter. Please help me out, Wolfie. What's his name? Please.
Time.
That's the guy.
Fourth time.
Yes. And then you have then you have yourself with the piano music. You have him with the metal music. You have the artists. You have the cosplayers, and then you got the raw community as well. Who, just make the game for what it is and.
Who freaks out when they see a Zamtrios for the first time.
Shut up. But this is why I love them in community, because Monster Hunter, in my opinion, is the best community, and I don't want it to turn into this toxic, nasty place like you do with other games like League of Legends or Dota. I know they're professional gaming and stuff, but I played League of Legends back in the day, and or even Counter-Strike as well. You know Counter-Strike, don't you?
Yeah, I've never played any of those games, but I know what they are.
But these games are really good, but of course, when you get the competitive people or just people just really salty, they turn this community into something really nasty. I mean, I've started to notice that now ever since maybe 4U or something, where you get some people who just take the game way too seriously and they just get so angry, and it's like you don't want this in this community. I'm not saying you're not welcome, because that's kind of, I don't want you here. That's pretty mean to say that at the least. But the fact is, I love the monster community so much, and we shouldn't be We shouldn't be killing each other. We should be, you know, I'm up for debates and discussions. Just don't go, I'm right and you're wrong, and any opinion you have is you're wrong and I'm right. You know what I mean?
Everyone's entitled to their opinions at the end of the day. It's just this whole, it is. It's just really silly. I mean, I don't know. It drives you mad, doesn't it, when you keep seeing people being so horrible behind a computer screen to each other.
Exactly. I mean, Harry put it perfectly. Harry's done one of these videos before, and I think he put it perfectly at the end, because at the end of the day, we're hunters. It's as cheesy as it sounds, he says. We are monster hunters, and it's about the game, he says. That's all it is, he says. He's a
game as well, supporting a game that you really like and a franchise that you really like, you know, and anyone can give constructive criticism, you know, for anything that's new. And, you know, Monster Hunter's not exactly perfect. It will introduce things that not everyone will like the underwater stuff in 3U. Some people liked it, some people didn't. You know, exactly. That's just the way it is. And Monster Hunter World might introduce things that some people do like and some people don't. But that's, at the end of the day, you're never going to please everybody.
Exactly. Well, the fact is, like, we have a lot of a lot of people kind of just go back to the original games. I've seen a lot of subscribers of mine on my Discord go back to 4U, because it's a really good game. 4U is a great game. People playing, you know, Freedom Unite. Heck, even myself, I'm playing Monster Hunter Online, which you need to play, by the way. It's amazing. Frontier as well. And of course, if you're not happy about that, like I said, you know, if you're that desperate to play Double Cross, you can just get it. If you're that dedicated to get it, like if you have a Switch, you can buy it, because end of the day, it's you don't need to buy a Japanese console anymore. You can just buy it and you can play it, because Monster Hunter is a very straightforward game. You just literally stab and skin. I know it sounds pretty boring me saying that, but it's a lot more to it than that than Monster Hunter. But hear me out. But like, and of course as well, I know it's not a traditional Monster Hunter game, but of course you have Monster Hunter Stories now. Well, it takes a whole new step of what Monster Hunter is like. It's Pokemon Monster Hunter basically, but it's a bit more than that. And at the end of the day,
if you don't like what Monster Hunter Stories is, you don't have to play it, and it doesn't affect the main game, because it is just a spin-off at the end of the day.
It's a good spin-off,
and it's not going to be for everybody, like at all. Be looking at it and thinking, my God, I never touched a game like that. Well, fair enough, don't play it then. You know, it's not affecting the main series. Just wait for Monster Hunter World to come out, and that's it.
And if you don't like Monster Hunter World, then wait for the next Monster Hunter. However long that takes. But in my opinion, me and Wolfie, I think both of us we are really looking forward to World. And that's just me saying it right now. I know a lot of people are looking forward to World as well. So I think that's pretty much it now. Actually, I think that's the British people rambling about things, because we're British and we ramble.
We do.
We ramble and rant and so yeah, okay.
We've been rambling for however long. I don't actually know how long now.
43 minutes.
Oh my God, really?
Okay, you know what? I always do my outro. You do my outro. Go on then. Go on.
Oh no!
Go on.
I'm on the spot, and now I forgot how you end your videos.
Yeah, just do anything. It's fine.
Videos.
What? Go on. You go.
How do you normally end your videos?
It's like, well, it's just how you do a normal intro. It's like, okay, let's put it back. It's like, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, do comment.
Like and subscribe to Rob.
No, just promoting yourself. How dare you? You're killing me.
Right, don't die.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh, God. Stop it.
Listening, everybody. Leave a like so that Rob can survive, because
oh, God.
It sounds like he...
Oh, dear.
He's just too much talking now.
Oh dear, we've talked too much.
Okay.
I've run out of tea. Us British people need to get our fuel in now.
Don't ever run out of tea.